That's headlights on. That's the high beams. And that's the light bar. Wow, big difference. But there's room for bigger tires there now, so I might have to do something about that. Check these things out. Look at the box that the mailman brought. Wonder what's in there. So I couldn't wait for unboxing with the camera on, so I already opened it. Wire harness. And this wire harness has a wireless remote control, and it also has a hard wire as well. Two of these pods with a slider mount here, and they come with other mounts as well. So there's 6 LEDs in that one. It's black aluminum. So there's two of those pods. They'd be good for fog lights or spotlights or reverse lights. Some hardware, some more hardware, and this thing here. Ooh, there's a rip in the plastic, but that's okay. It's only plastic. This is a 50-inch, and it's curved, and it's got spotlights all in the middle and flood beams on the ends. The end pieces are flood beams. This has the white mounts that bolt on the end. It's a white bar. 288 watts. And this is very similar to what I did on the Dakota, but the one I put on the Dakota was only half this size. So I think this one's gonna go on the roof, obviously. I don't think there's anywhere else it can go. But I've wanted to do a roof install, or something I haven't done yet, is one on the roof. So I think I might, either I'm going to have to build custom brackets. Those brackets might work, I don't know. Sorry, it's a little bit windy today. This one seems to have stronger aluminum fins on the back, stronger than the one that I put on the Dakota, the curved LED bar. But this one's a lot bigger. I inverted the brackets and set it up there, but it looks like it's gonna be, the brackets are a little bit too wide. So if I put it up there, I'll have to build custom brackets. I want it to be just behind the windshield line, so not to get any glare on the windshield, but I want it ahead of the roof rack a little bit. Well, I think I found some good material to make brackets out of. So I might have to put a little bit of a curve to it because it's a curved bar and the ends are not quite flat, but I'm just going to make a quick measurement with my mini square here, and just to measure the height of the brackets that I need. Looks like 5.5 inches should be plenty enough to get down under the weather stripping and mount it to the A-pillar, or just maybe just above and behind the A-pillar. This is the material here that I'm going to use to make brackets out of. It's actually pretty thick. It's got a good thickness to it. Might be hard to tell. It's a little bit dirty. I think I need 5.5 height. So I'll just mark out some pieces here. This marker does not like the cold weather today. Of course, neither do I. Okay, so these are the brackets that I ended up with. They're a mirror image of each other. They're a little bit tapered, a little bit bigger at the bottom, at the base. I'm probably going to cut the corners or round the corners at the top. So I'm going to go clean them up a little bit, the corners. They should be painted, but it's so cold out here, I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I made these awesome brackets, and I'm not really sure how thick that is. 1/8? I think that's 1/8. Yeah, I don't know, I got an 1/8 inch drill bit there. A little bit thicker than the 1/8 inch drill bit, I think. So they're pretty good. I painted them, actually. Took them in where they were warm. There's one of my fingerprints in the paint. Anyway, painted them. I might have to paint them again anyway, because after I drill the holes, there'll be bare metal there. I'm not really too sure. Maybe I'll just put silicone on the holes. In behind this door seal, weather seal, there's 3 pinch welds or spot welds. 1, 2, 3. So I know there's a strong double ply section there. So I'm trying to hold the camera, but I'm just gonna peel this back, drill probably 3 rivets or something. Put 3 rivets in there. I got stainless steel rivets. And then I'm going to have to, since the light bar is curved, I'm going to have to bend this a little bit to match the curve. And I might have to bend it out a little bit as well. But it should be nice and strong where those 3 welds are. That means there's 2 plies welded together there, so that's a strong section. It probably it might be the head bar across the roof or whatever, so there's a reinforced part in here. These front seats are a little bit dirty, but I found a couple. I know a guy who's got one for parts, and I think they're the same color and everything, but they're better condition, so I might be swapping them out soon. I'm not too sure. I was hoping to find Envoy seats, because I think the Envoys are leather. So I think this is going to work good. I'm going to find out where exactly I'm going to drill my holes, and I'll probably drill this first, and then drill through into the body, line it up where I want it, and then I'll have to make some bends. Feel the weather stripping back a little bit, and got her mounted right in between those pinch welds, so spot welds. And then I found it where I wanted to put my rivets. So should drill some holes and then should be good to go. Well, I made an improvised paint booth. Had to paint them again after bending them in the vise and smashing them with a hammer. Had to paint them again, but it looks like they're gonna work out pretty good. Made my own brackets for the 50-inch LED bar, and it took me a couple days to get them done in my spare time because it was so cold. It was like negative 15 outside every day. I'm kind of happy with the way my homemade brackets turned out. The light bar is so wide, it covers the entire width of the cab, and the brackets that came with it, even if I turned them inside out to make it narrow as possible, the light bar is a little too big, so I had to make my own brackets, and I had to make them fit inside of the door jamb and make sure the door doesn't hit them. But they worked out pretty good. I think they turned out pretty good. We got freezing rain today and last night, so there's ice, including the light bar, and the plastic wrapper is still on it too. So I left the plastic wrapper on it, and we're getting lots of ice. Freezing rain right now. Freezing rain. Anyway, I'm not too sure because this wire goes in here. I tried flipping it over, but then the wire was sticking out a bit, and so I might put some silicone around that or something. It's probably sealed good, but it's just a cheap one. Actually, it's one of the cheapest ones I could find this size. So I just left the plastic on it because we're getting the rain and freezing rain. These are the brackets I made. They go behind the door seal, and I use stainless steel rivets. Stainless steel. I think stainless steel is the strongest and most weather resistant. The LED bar came with all this other stuff too. Well, it came with a regular harness with a regular dash switch, so you can turn it off and on the dash. This is the exact same as the Dakota switch. Exact same harness. Well, the only difference on this harness is I think this is wired for the Foglight Pods also. I think these are the Foglight Pods, because it comes with 2 Foglight Pods, which is awesome. These have 6 LEDs per pod, and they have a bottom style bracket. There's actually paperwork too for some wiring diagrams and stuff, and different mounts and stuff. And then there's this, which is a wireless switch or a remote fob. So it comes with this little key fob, and you can You can run them wireless through this little smart brain box. So regular harness, regular switch, plus the keyless kit or the wireless remote. These are the mounts that come with it. They're pretty good. And there's rubber pads that goes underneath of them so it doesn't like scratch up your roof or whatever you mount it to. So there's nice rubber pads. I think they're in my pocket. These here are silencers, and they slide over the fins on the back side, I think. So the ones with the thin fins, or maybe the fins just catch noise or catch wind, all of them, I don't know. I didn't notice it on the Dakota because it was in front of the grill and it was only like 20-inch light bar or 22-inch light bar. So this one here is 50-inch. It's got big long fins, but they're also stronger. So these are silencers, and they just go on the back, I think, and they're supposed to silence any wind noise if you do get any wind noise. And there's another package of bolts and hardware for the LED bar. Yeah, quite a bit of stuff, and it was only 65 Canadian pesos, 65 bucks. Yeah, so that's pretty good. It's getting rained on, like you can see. I'm pretty much covered in freezing rain, so that'll be a good test for it, for the weather resilience. I think I'm gonna upgrade the tire size now that there's room for bigger tires. This is the harness here, and everything just comes off of this relay, and it looks like the bar, LED bar, and the pods are all gonna come on and off with the one switch. I thought about using them on the back like reverse lights or something, but I'll probably end up putting them all on the front and all on this harness. So there's your power in there with the fuse, relay, and then there's some wires that just can be routed. I figure these wires are only gonna reach, like the LED pods, I figure they're only gonna reach if this is under the hood, which is probably the way you're supposed to do it. Perfectly fine with me, because there's power distributions here, like the battery and the block, so the relay can go somewhere and the power can be like right there. There's a shorter one with really heavier gauge wires, so that'll be the LED bar. It's 288 watts, so it has some bigger gauge wires. So that'll have to go, I think it'll have to go passenger side, because the wires on the bar are on the passenger side. So you got your power over there and your relay, and then you got your LED bar over there, and then you got these pods up front. Sorry, it's windy again today. These two are going to be the pods, so they'll definitely reach. And then this one here is your controller, and it goes back. This plugs into the controller, and the controller goes in the cab. And I think the wireless controller plugs in here too if you're going to use the wireless kit. I think this is how it works. So I peeled off this door seal again, and I took out some screws. Took some screws out of here. I put one in there for now, and I ran the wire in here, and there's a little bit of room beside the windshield, and it just fits in there just nice. And then it's under the cowl screen right now, so I'll probably take that off. There's a rubber surround here, so it's kind of there might be room if I take the antenna off. I might be able to pull that rubber up and just work at it there. Otherwise I'll take that off and everything will be under all the factory trim, hopefully as much as possible. So I'll have to put the screws back in here and put the door seal back on. I cut a little notch into that plastic there. There's kind of room here, but there's sharp aluminum edge, so I just cut a little notch. I could put silicone around that if I need to, but this is all open anyway from the factory, and it's just like a gutter, and the rain doesn't get in the vehicle or anything. It just runs down alongside the windshield on the exterior, on the outside. So yeah, I think that's the best place to run the wire there. There she is. Got the homemade brackets and the wire run. Might be able to tuck that wire in behind the bracket, and that might make it just a little more even nicer, even neater. I like how the brackets are in behind the factory door seal, so that's kind of slick. I just took the trim off again, the door trim and wire, because I was gonna put a shrink tube over this here. This is only a cheap light bar. It was only 65 bucks for the whole kit. So I was gonna put like silicone there or shrink it or something, and I forgot. So I had to take the wire off again so I could slide a shrink over it. Okay, I put some heat shrink over that. I didn't do a very good job, but at least it's got some protection on it now. And I wrapped the wire around, and then I put all the door seal and stuff back on. So the wire comes down this windshield piece and under this rubber part of the cowl, and it's a little bit shorter now because the way I wrapped the wire around the light, but that's okay. I put some of these male spade connectors on the light. These ones come from the light, and then the kit comes with these females, but they didn't come with the males, so I put those on there, but just plug in right. So I'm not sure why they didn't come with the connectors, but I don't think they need to be insulated because these ones are already insulated, but as long as they're wrapped up good. And these will be like a double layer of protection because these ones fit over top of those ones. So I got the power coming from the relay, and I've got it under this washer hose, and I've got it behind the antenna. I think that's where it's going to be when I'm done. So this actually unplugs. So if you change your mind, or if I change my mind, I can just unplug it here. But anyway, I'm under that and I'm behind this, so I'm going to plug these in now and then tuck everything in. This rubber piece tucks in underneath the fender somehow, if I can remember. There. Even when you open the door, everything looks natural, normal, up until the light bar. Up until that point. There's a fuse here, relay. I'm going to hook up the power same place where that was, and it fits pretty good there. Put the nut on. Tighten her up. Anyway, now all it needs is a ground. Here's your negative ground. And there's quite a few of those here as well. There's a ground right there. There's another one right there. There's another one right there. Okay. I put the ground here, which seems like perfect spot. Look at all the pine needles. That blue wire is really driving me nuts. It's ugly. That's part of this corrosion module that the previous owner had installed. I don't like that blue wire sagging across there. It's not hooked up. The fuse isn't in it. I should probably just get rid of this completely. I think one of the ground wires there went, yep, there. I should probably get rid of that. Just because it's a mess. So, anyway, got the positive on here. I got the negative grounded to the factory ground. Wonder what that does. Don't push that button. Don't push that button. Oh, great. Now the aliens can see us. She works, boys. I could just sit here and play with this all day. So, this wire here unplugs. That's the controller, or that's the manual controller. It also comes with a wireless controller. So I think I'm gonna unplug it and then run that wire into the cabin, and this switch will be in the cabin somewhere. So I'll have to fire it up at night time and see how she looks. What a pain in the butt. Finally got the wire through the firewall for the switch. Way down in there. The seal on this firewall is like a 2-ply. It has two membranes or 2 seals or 2 layers. So I had to remove a little bit of the skin, and then I had to remove the first. Actually, the first one is like replaceable. It has like a rubber seal all the way around, and you can I think you can just pop it back in. So anyway, I had to remove that. Had to remove some rubber to get it out, and then there's another one there, of course, all sealed up nice still. So I made like a X shape. I just cut an X shape in it, so it'll open up if you push on it, but it sort of closes back up again. So I got the wire going through the firewall. I sealed it up the best I could, and it seems alright because they have a heavy duty double seal. So I tried to put that back together the best as possible. But there's a nice little spot here where the factory fog lights are supposed to go. They're supposed to go somewhere there. And if I didn't know any better, I'd say it was made for that. Fits like a glove. So maybe I'll find a way to put that in there. I think this plastic piece, I think it just pulls off. Oh no, there's some screws. There's 2 screws up above the instrument cluster. But anyway, I think that'll probably end up going there. Well, I know I can do a better job of hiding that wire, or tucking it in behind there, but I don't want to take the dash apart right now, so I can do that anytime. It's pretty convenient right in that little spot, which seems like it's made for that. Headlights are right there, and pretty much all your light controls are right there. I finally took the plastic off of it, and she's shiny. Well, I went and picked up my mail, and I'm pretty sure those are the shock absorbers, or the rear shocks for they're actually for a Chevy Silverado. And I think I accidentally ordered the 2-wheel drive ones instead of the 4-wheel drive, but they're still longer than the Trailblazer ones. These are only like 0.8 inches, a little more than 3/4 of an inch longer. Front brake rotors for the Trailblazer, they've been here for a while. I haven't put them on yet. Check these things out. These are the Michelin LTX AT2 all-terrain tire. That's headlights on. That's the high beams. And that's the light bar. Wow, big difference. It's lighting up my hood too. Not bad though, like no glare or anything back here. That thing is bright. Wow. That thing is awesome. I turn it off and you can't even tell that the high beams are on. And those are the low beams. Wow, what a difference. This one here is DOT approved, like street legal or whatever. Check engine light came on, so I don't know if I had the mass airflow unplugged, mass airflow sensor unplugged when I did the lift kit, so I don't know. I have to figure that out. That might give me an excuse to scan it, or another excuse to work on it. Like I need another excuse to work on this thing, but happy with the light bar so far. Still haven't even put the pods on yet. And then I got some tires to put on it, and wheel spacers are coming in the mail. Got shocks to put on it, new brake rotors. Still more stuff to do yet. More work.